The friend that I was living with passed away from a heroin overdose. And I met this guy that was into meth. Being that I wanted this guy to like me and being that he was there when my best friend died, I felt like he was all that I had in my life at that time. And one day I said, okay, I'll try it. I smoked it that day. The next day I was a full-on IV meth drug user. I was really nervous to come to Rochester, especially to move away from my family and everything that I knew. They say that when you're uncomfortable, you're making progress or you're learning. So trying to do something that's very uncomfortable for me, it was hard, but today I've got a year and 2 months clean, and that's the longest I've ever made it. And it's all through the help of sober living and treatment, and recovery is happening in United Way. If it weren't for places like this, if it weren't for the people that I have in my life in this program, I would be dead.
I always view that United Way is the first entry point of somebody who needs some assistance. And that's what I like about it. You contact the United Way, either they can do something directly or they know of a partner organization that can step in and help out in that situation.
If I didn't come to ALC, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be a dropout, like other students who don't want to do school. And I hated school back in the day. I was planning to go back to Mayo last year, but I was just like, I didn't want to go back. I've already made so many connections, but with the bigger group, it's like, it feels like I can't breathe, so it's like overwhelming.
Well, I'm glad you found your way here.
This school, it's just for people who have a hard time learning in the bigger settings, and it's not a bad place at all.
I think that message needs to get out there because honestly, I think people have misconceptions of what ALC is, but I'm so glad I had this conversation with you because I can tell the story now. The United Way is out there really getting to what's going
to the middle.
That's right, the root cause we call that, and they then engage us as community, and you'll be part of that, you are a part of it, to try to figure out solutions. So they don't try to solve the problems themselves. What they do is try to uncover what's going on.
I had secured an apartment finally, but almost a year later I had to leave in the middle of the night to get out of a bad relationship, which is where I ended up at the women's shelter, and I lived there for 4 months. I had found Access Home in September. They all really helped me budget, be able to manage my finances again. When we first moved in, he used to run upstairs, go to the bathroom, he used to tell me the time and say, "Mom, I love you." Every single time. He doesn't do it anymore because he's safe here. But now that I'm here, I feel like I have a new life and a fresh start, and I want to give back to the community that helped me get here.
When you're a donor, it's almost like you look at numbers.
Yeah.
This many people were helped, it costs this much money, but it's different to actually sit and talk with somebody.
Yes.
And the human story. You know, we talk about housing because we're thinking of a rent check every month. But that's not what housing is to your son, from what you're saying. Housing is the stability to know where he's going to be coming home to. That's why I'm thankful for this opportunity the United Way gave us to hear your story, because this is what really makes it worth it.
Thank you.